What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Train, as usual. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as y'all can see, we got my boys on the screen again, Hakima and Tap. Boys, how y'all doing, man? How's everybody going?
Oh, we good, man. Thanks for having us again.
I appreciate
Always
it.
a pleasure to be on Get a Bucket.
I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it. Appreciate that. Tap, you still rolling with your show too?
No, we haven't made a show in. I think like the pandemic killed us. Just knocked us out, took us out.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I was about to say get your boys a plug too there. But you know, I'm glad you on the show. Then bring your expertise to this here show because I
Yeah,
mean
glad
they
to
might have
be
been
here.
bringing you down a little bit. They might have been bringing you down. You come on the show a little bit, show some love, and get a bucket crew. You know we try to do some big things out here. But
Yes,
listen,
sir.
ladies and gentlemen, we do like to gab and talk and whatnot. But today we're gonna get right on into it because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, with that being said, fellas, y'all know how this is gonna go. I'm gonna ask one of y'all a question. If y'all got anything else that you want to add to what they say, cool. But if not, we're gonna keep it pushing to the next question. But speaking of bulking up, though, someone with a little stockier build, we got to give a shout out to the Timberwolves because they do have a young stud in the game in Anthony Edwards. Fellas, my question is this: is Ant gonna take that next step? Hakima, I want you to answer this question. I feel like you have the most basketball experience out of all of us. So, in turn, when you see someone like Anthony Edwards play a young stud, what do you think about him? Is he going to take that next leap and possibly like a top 15 player in the NBA?
Oh man, I think it's tough because his team sucks so bad, man. And I guess they made it to the playoffs or whatever, but they're not a threat. So like, you're always gonna be able to like play junk defenses on him to some extent. I mean, you let Cat shoot his threes and all that, but you're always gonna be able to like try to cut down on him getting to the basket. But I think like with him, his next step would be like to stop relying on the 3 pointer so much, to
Mm-hmm.
like focus more on getting downhill. Because with that size, he doesn't really need to settle for threes unless it's about a jump defense. But I think he shoots a bit too many of them. Like that's maybe I'm just an old dude, so that's how I look at everybody in the NBA. But I think he's one who, like, with that size, he should be getting to the basket, like unstoppable getting to the basket. He's
Okay.
not as like nimble as like some of the like D Wade. I mean, nobody's as nimble as him, but he's not as fast as some of the other two guards.
Okay.
He
Okay.
He's
built the
huge.
body on you.
That was
So,
it. He's pretty strong though. Tap. You
yeah.
got anything different to add, or is it you pretty much said the same thought?
No, just like they got to do something with that front court, that back court. Like like everything around him
He
needs
said the
work.
front court and the back court.
I feel like y'all being too a little bit too harsh on these boys. Like I understand it. I will say as potential, they have the talent to be a top four team in the West. I said it. I stand on it. But
Yeah,
at
and
the same
I
time,
completely disagree with you.
that's
Like
crazy.
on
But
paper, they look
I
like
hear
it, but on the court, it's bad. It's
well,
just
I think
bad.
they have the talent. You're talking about execution right now. Like I
Oh,
almost
you think Karl Anthony Towns is good? That's why you're saying that?
yeah, you don't think he's good?
You
That's
think Conley's still healthy? You think Mike Conley still has
I
legs?
think I think Mike Conley. You know how Kyle Lowry played for the Heat? I think Mike
Yeah, 10 to 15 minutes.
I think Mike no. I'm talking about a very solid, serviceable
A
player
very
who
solid 10 to
gives you
15 minutes.
25 to 30. Like that's what Lowry was doing over the last couple of seasons. I think Conley's still at that point where he can hit that same mark. Give him about two more seasons, you're gonna get the best out of Conley that you get. And then after that, like it's cool. It's
Like,
fine. We
I
appreciate it.
never really liked the
He's gonna be on this podcast in 2 seasons.
I never liked the
Hey, if he
Conley
told me
Gobert
proves me wrong.
pairing,
I
and
like Conley. You said
yeah,
what?
I never liked the Conley Gobert pairing because Gobert just doesn't catch the things Conley throws him.
I
So
mean,
I don't see what that adds on the floor.
adds
It's
extra
tough.
defense, extra rim protection. I also think too, though, from a Carl Anthony Towns perspective, he can play more help side. He does have defensive capabilities to make that team extra special. Plus, you got other players like Nas Reed, Jared Vanderbilt. I'm not Jared Vanderbilt. What's the other boy's name? Oh my god, I can't remember. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be irritating. But they have other players to help. Who?
Oh, I know. Yeah. Oh, you already said Nas Reed. I love Nas Reed's
Yeah,
game, man.
Yeah.
Nas Reed pairs well. So now he can pair with Rudy or Cat, and he's a good defensive player, or he can play offense. So I mean, I think they have a lot to work with. So am I saying they're definitive champions? No. Could they be contenders? Maybe in like 2 seasons, but I don't want to sleep on this Wolves team. I don't want to say they're as bad as everybody else tried to make it seem like. I personally like them. But like Anthony Edwards, I would agree with you, Akeem, but going downhill, attacking a little bit more. Although shooting 37% from three ain't bad. Um, Still, I do understand where you're coming from, but it is a different day and age. It is a different day and age, so that could you could have something on that one.
Don't get me
Now,
wrong, they're tough, but I think like the top 6 teams in the West easily like beat them in a playoff series. Like, or not easily.
easily is
Like it'll be tough, but they'll beat them.
I
Like,
mean, they're beatable. Yeah, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to like make it seem like they're a juggernaut out here. They just have really good talent. That if you cultivate it properly, it could turn into something in about 2 seasons. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say.
nah, I think you
But
got to break them up. Got to break
Yeah,
them
I
up.
trade Gobert and Towns.
Yeah,
I don't know who you're gonna get for Gobert and Towns. You can get a lot back, but Gobert is the tricky part because you can actually just cut him. About 2 seasons from now if you don't want to. So, but we'll see how that one shakes. We'll see how that one shakes because there's another team here who's actually taking a weird direction. And I'm kind of confused by it. Tap, what's your thought, fellas? I greatly appreciate y'all. We did cover the entire West, and we did it in an hour and some change. So I appreciate that. But before we go, do y'all have anything you want to say before we close up shop?
Nah, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for inviting me to the Get a Bucket podcast again.
I appreciate you coming on, my boy. Tap, you want anything? You got anything you want to say before we close?
nah, man. Just thanks for having me, man. It's always a pleasure.
Nah, I appreciate y'all boys coming on and taking time out of y'all busy day. As you can see, they both got stuff going on in the background. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna let y'all boys get back to it. But
All right.
ladies and gentlemen, please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone who's anyone about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host. Get a bucket. Hope you all having a good one. Take care.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.